BS. Tired of the shit. Ooh, I'm not supposed to cuss in the first 30 seconds. Sorry, YouTube. I'm so sorry. Sorry, YouTube. I'm so sorry for cussing. I read somewhere you're not supposed to cuss like in the first 30 seconds of any kind of video or stream. Well, we lasted about 3 seconds. Sorry. Anyways, welcome to the latest episode. I will say about the aviation show. We are now called No BS Flight Sim. You guys know I pretty much am a straight shooter when it comes to mods and companies, and I just felt like it was time for a change on the name again. So we gonna be No BS Flight Sim. Now today we got a real flight we're recreating as usual. As you know, we tend to recreate real flights pretty much every time we fly, even if it's not the right airplane. But this is the right airplane. This is Porter Airlines 2947 from Toronto, what's it called, Billy Bishop, to Boston. So that's where we're flying. We have the same route plugged in. We're parked at gate 11 right now. I even put 1851 on our ticket, even though I'm not a big fan of streaming and recording videos in the nighttime. Maybe we'll leave this one dark as long as we can. And you know, I don't know if I want to use say intentions or not tonight. We might just use the ATC in the game this time. I think that's what we're going to do today. I still have the banner from you know, that I can use. I don't know. I like the ATC a lot in the game. I do. I think it's a really good ATC system. And we didn't use it last time, and there's been a new update, I think. Because the thing with using say intentions in this simulator, it's kind of a pain at times, because it's tough to keep the say intentions screen up where it needs to be, you know, for me to really read back and everything. So I don't know. We'll see. All right, let's jump in this airplane. Let's get the ground power unit connected first. I do have the flashlight turned on, as you can see. Oh, GPU's already connected. Very good. All right, so we're not going to follow a checklist this time. We've turned this airplane on many times. All right, circulation on. Battery master. External auxiliary standby. External power on. Overhead console and... Alright, so that looks good. Let me turn off the flashlight. Alright, so that's looking good. Actually, let me pull up the checklist. I guess I'll pull it up. See what they say. We'll try to follow it again. Alright, the external check is complete. That's good, that's good, that's good. Alright, before start, circuit breakers are fine. Passenger signs. Anti-skid light. Alright, we'll turn the passenger signs on in a little bit. Are there floodlights here? It'd be nice if there was floodlights. I thought there were floodlights. Let me go down here and look. maybe not. Okay, we don't really need them. Alright, let's turn on our radios. We'll get our flight put into the system. I think we are going to use the in-game ATC this time. Wow, those lower consoles are really bright. Damn. Let me turn the lighting down in here a little bit. Oh, there's our dome light. Okay. That's a little better. Alright, let's get these screens turned on. Comms on. You on. On. Turn you on. Turn our center screens on by using the knob down below. All right, let's go ahead and look at our flight plan. Our initial position, CYTZ. You know, I wonder if this will have the gate, even though we can't input those coordinates into this flight management system. I don't think we can, at least. Let's see if they have those parts. Departure, reference, noise abatement. It might not. Airport, unless it has the yeah, it doesn't have the gate. You know, the coordinates. Do they have it on this one? Nope. I didn't think they would, but I just wanted to try it. And one under reference and noise abatement. Okay, that's not a big deal. I was just curious if they had it. Alright, so we are roughly north 43377. That's pretty damn close. West 079238. Okay, so that's good enough. Okay, let's see here. Okay, so we have CYTZ. Let's go ahead and runway 26. And then we have Tevda, Appa. So let's put our departure in first. Let's go menu, part. Runway 26 is number 4. We have Davida, number 7. Upon 1. Okay, so that's in there. Not a big fan of those vectors being there. We may have to get rid of those here. Okay. Then we have Appa, then we have Hank. So let's put that in. Kilo. And we have Fabian. Accept. And then we have ALB. It's probably for Albany. And we have GDM. All right, then we're gonna have Reaver. Don't think we can put a highway in here. Let me see here. Oh yeah, we can. That's right. We have to input. Maybe not. We can put it in right now. I thought we had to put in the next waypoint first, and then go back and do the airway. But it looks like we'll be able to do the airway here. We have number 6. Okay, so from GDM via Tango 608 to Reaver, which is number 9. Very good. Very good. And then we'll put it in Boston KBOS. And I'm not going to put any kind of arrival in there yet. I'm not really sure. Well, I guess I could put the ILS in there for now. We'll do that when we're in the air. We don't need to do that right now. So let's go ahead and go back to the airport here. Let's go back and get our weather. So right now they're saying it's 2969. Let's go ahead and get the APU turned on in the meantime. Circuit breakers, signs. Emergency lights are armed, anti-skid. On. Fuel is fine, power levers, so that's all fine. Start approved. Make sure the bleed is off. That's fine, and collision lights red. Okay. So let's go ahead and start loading up this airplane. Should be in kilograms, hopefully. Nope, there we go, kilograms. And arrow sync enabled. And we are... Whoa! That is not very nice. Fuck. I have never seen X-Plane do that before. Submit report. This might be a pretty short stream. All right, let's try. Let's try X-Plane again. I have never X-Plane has never crashed on me ever. Very first time. My first time using X-Plane since I updated. Would you like to use safe mode? No thanks. First time it crashed since doing that latest NVIDIA update. Resume last flight. Yeah, dude, that's wild, man. I've never seen X-Plane do that before. Dude, the new MDFI MD-11 is coming out tomorrow. I've been waiting to kind of buy that airplane. I've someone I know pretty well that really recommends it. I'm on the fence about it just because, like, from what I've seen, I don't think it's worth the money. I don't think most of these new airplanes are worth the money. To be honest, man, like, I don't. I'm not going to get into it tonight. We're going to have a happy flight tonight, but tomorrow's a different story. I'm putting together a video of this show called The Pit. I don't know if you guys are familiar with The Pit. It's a show that takes place in Pittsburgh at a emergency room. You know, we're going to turn the lights on outside right now for a while. We can always turn the lights down after we take off. But yeah, this new season 2 is absolutely horrible. I've watched it a couple of times, and I just don't. I don't think it's a very good show anymore. I'll render my opinion some other time, but you know, I'm not going to adjust anything. I'm going to leave everything where it is, maximum everything, like I usually do. All right, let's try this again. Are we still on the EPU? Yep. Turn on the center screen. Turn on our comms. Primary flight. Multi-flight. MC. Multifunction. Primary function. All right, let's get this taken care of here. I don't think I can put in CYT. Yeah, that's right. It doesn't let me put anything in there. All right, so flight plan. All right, let's enter this bitch in again. Okay, menu, departure, runway 26. Option number 7, number 1. Okay. Go to the vectors. Okay, then we have tank. Babin. You know, last time I did a flight, I did all this off camera and off stream, and there's a reason for that, because of like what just happened where it closed down, like it just shut down. Like, I get worried about that kind of stuff. I didn't hit enter. EDM. All right, accept. Let's go to messages. I'm sorry, go to list. Airways. 6 again. To Reaver, number 9. And then we have Boston. Okay, so that's all done. Let's go ahead and get loaded up now. Have $35.37 for fuel. Close enough. Estimated 69 people. Bags and cargo, payload. Zero fuel is 20. Okay, that's 800 more than here. That means takeoff here is 800 more. So that's roughly 28.3, so roughly 27.5. Alright, very good. So that's done. Load summary. Confirm load. Start loading. Okay. Now that that's done, let's turn on the APU real quick. And then we'll get our flight plan set up with air traffic control. Ooh, aircraft. Don't know the tail number offhand. Let's look it up real quick. Oh. 2947. Here we go. Porter. $947. Flight plan we have. Not sure what our alternate is offhand. I have to look at that. Okay. It's like Bradley International. I don't know if it's Bradley International, but it's definitely Bradley. Pretty sure KBDL is Bradley. All right, 25,000 feet. And we are going from okay. The file flight plan. Oh, I think I have to turn the volume on for them. Hang on a second. I think I turned it off last time. No, I do have radios on. Interesting. Okay.
Toronto City Center ground. Porter 2947. De Havilland DHC 8400-8. Request IFR clearance to Boston.
Porter 2947. No usable runway for your aircraft. Clear to Boston. Routing as filed. Climb via Tango Echo Victor Alpha Delta 2 Alpha Hotel Papa Alpha Hotel. Squawk 4303. Altimeter 2973.
Cleared IFR to Boston. Routing as filed. Climb via Tango Echo Victor Alpha Delta 2 Alpha Hotel Pop Alpha Hotel. Squawk 4303. Altimeter 2973. Porter 2947.
29er 47. Read back correct.
Alright, there's 4303, and then we have 2973, which is good enough for now. We'll get a more precise barrow when we can. Oh, it already put it in there for us. It's interesting. Alright, let's change our nav source. Flight management. Up a little bit. Alright, I guess in the meantime, maybe we'll turn the generator on there. Turn the external power off. EPU bleed off. And leave it on for now. After start. Main bus tie is already on. Alright, let's see if we can put our load in real quick. Loading time is still 6 minutes. Oh, that's sick. We can do fast load. It'd be different if, like, if they actually, like, simulated it, but it's a pretty airport. Oh, look at the Navy plane. That's cool. The Baron B-58, I think, isn't that a B-58? That's cool. All right, well, let's make it 1651 outside. I know it was 1851 when it left, so let's just do 1830. Hey, what's up, Carmen? What iPad you talking about, buddy? I don't know what iPad you talking about. Airplane in the hangar over there. Still loading. Alright, we can at least put this in. So we have 70 passengers. So we have 70 at 4,876 kilograms. Let me get my calculator out real quick and do the math on that. Alright, it's probably around 70, I think. So we have 4,876 divided by 70. Yeah, 69.6. Okay. Alright, so passengers, we have 70. Your fuel weight, 24,008. On board, 3545. Seven peoples. Cargo is 853. Okay, that is all very good. All right, let's finish loading this airplane so we can get out of here.
Toronto City Center ground. Porter 2947, gate 11, altimeter 2973. Request start up.
Porter 2947. Information gone. Current. Startup approved.
Okay, before I do this, let me see where runway 26 is compared to where we're at right now. Oh, alright. Pretty simple. Alright, and then our departure, we are doing this one right here.
Toronto City Center ground. Porter 2947. Request pushback to the left.
Porter 2947. Stand by. Pushback tractor is on the way.
Connect to. Alright, tractor's on the way. I'm trying to use their system, but we might not be able to. We might have to use say intentions. They don't Oh, wait a minute, is that a tractor? Thought I saw it. There we go. What's up, dude? I was almost bad-mouthing you, buddy. Almost.
Commencing pushback. Release parking brake.
Alright, let's turn the bleed off. Whoa, what happened with our... What? Oh no! Oh no! Alright, so we can't use their pushback. We'll have to use better... We'll use better pushback next time. Alright, motherfucker. Alright, stop.
Stop here.
Stopping here. Disconnect. Pushback completed.
Oh no. You pushed us into the water, you fucking morons. Alright, let's I think I can move it on the ground here. Hang on a second. This is like it was on my iPad. I should be able just to move it. Can't just grab it. Alright, I guess we gotta start over again. Man, I really don't feel like starting over again. I really don't. I guess I can't just grab the airplane and move it where I want. Oh, there we go. I had to right click on it first. Okay, wait. Oh yeah, that's how you turn the plane. Okay, so I think we can set it here. All right, let's get the ground power unit connected again. Oh, no, we don't have to do. Just get the APU starter again on. There we go. That was crazy, man. Thank God for slew mode. All right, we should be getting power again. Yep. All right, and we should be able to start the engines now. No, I want... I guess I have to move them both at the same time. I thought I could have moved them both independently. Wasn't that an option? Oh, our shit went off again. Hang on. I hope we don't have to re-input the flight plan and all that stuff. I mean, if we do, it's not a huge deal, but... Oh, here we go. That's what I want. Okay. Cool. Let's see if that'll let me do it now. Yes, thank you very much. Yay! Yay! All right, very good. Good stuff. Okay. Oh, I gotta start the engines again because of what shutting off the fuel last time. Shit. All All right, now that we have them on separate levers, we should be better now. All right, now I'm gonna lock them back up again. Just want to see where we move the props all the way forward. During takeoff? Maybe it is during takeoff. I think it's when we're taxiing. Yeah, condition levers, max for taxi. Okay, that's what I thought. Alright, so let's turn off the EPU. Let's put the bleed on for now. Get clearance for taxi. No! Airplane! No! We didn't move again, did we? We need to move again. Hope this is not going to be a problem. Brakes back on.
Toronto City Center. Porter 2947. Request taxi from gate 114. Departure.
Porter 2947. Information golf current. Runway 26. Taxi via Charlie and Delta. Hold short of runway 26.
Information golf. Runway 26. Taxi via Charlie and Delta. Hold short of runway 26. Porter 2947.
Alright, number 3 works. That all looks good. Condition levers max. Elevator, let's make sure that travels. Yep. Alright, flaps. steering switch. Let's turn that on. Radar, nav, comms, all that's good to go. Yaw dampener, turn that on. Parking brake. Oh, anti-skid's not on. Alright, and the rest is just parking brake and pitot switches. Let's open up the intakes. Taxi. Release the parking brake.
Porter 2947. Contact Toronto City Center Tower 118.2.
Contact Toronto City Center Tower 118.2. Porter 2947. Toronto City Center Tower, Porter 2947, on taxiway Charlie.
Porter 2947, Toronto City Center Tower. Hold short of runway 26.
Hold short runway 26, Porter 2947.
Porter 2947, cross runway 26. Hold short of runway 26.
Cross runway 26, hold short runway 26, Porter 2947.
Like how the lights turn. Pretty dope.
Porter 2947, report ready.
Will go, Porter 2947.
Porter 2947, runway 26, wind 270 degrees, 15 knots, gust 22, cleared for takeoff.
Runway 26, cleared for
And
takeoff.
it bleeds off.
Porter 2947.
Release the control. And then we need to make sure these move first. So we can check. Whoa, whoa, why are they going backwards? Hang on a second. Those should not be going backwards. I might have to reverse the axis again. I just reversed it last time, trying to get it to work. Nope. Hang on a second. Let me reverse it again. Let me get these out of There we go. Okay, let's go ahead and test our takeoff warning. Alright, what could it be? Takeoff flaps. Trims and takeoff. Let me release the brakes and see if that's it. It could be that I have the brakes on. Nope. Oh, I think steering has to be off. Nope. Alright, what did I miss? Let's see here. Oh, that's what I missed right here. Yep, there we go. Alright, let's put on our lights there. Collision lights in white. Yellow flood. Leads off for now. Alright, let's go. I think I do want to turn the radio down a little bit, I think. Turn that down a little bit. Okay, let me just look at my takeoff real quick. Okay, so we are going to take off and we need to go to the southeast like it shows right here. Okay. So heading at 262 MDOS. All right, we're good. Let's go. Takeoff power set. Airspeed's alive. Oh, we never did click on the bottom here for our V speeds. There we go. Knots. E1. Rotate. Positive rate, landing gear up. Levers are in climb mode.
Porter 2947. Contact Lester B. Pearson International Approach 124.475.
Contact Lester B. Pearson International Approach 124.475. Porter 2947.
All right, we got climb speed set.
Lester B. Pearson International Approach. Porter 2947. Tango Echo Victor Alpha Delta to Alpha Hotel Alpha Hotel. Altitude 3,100. Climbing. Climb level 250.
Porter 2947. Lester B. Pearson International Approach. Altimeter 2978. Radar contact.
Altimeter 2978. Porter 2947.
All right, flaps up. Go back into VNav once we get to our next waypoint. There we go. Click on nav. That's the bad thing about flying at night. Let's make this during the day. That's why I don't like flying at night. Let's make this during the day. Can't see shit. We can't see a motherfucking thing. Anybody want to look at a black screen for a couple hours? Not being racist either. And we're gonna stay at 210 for our climb speed until we get to about 10,000 feet. And then we're going to change that to 200. Can't believe they backed us up into the water. That shit is crazy.
Porter 2947. You're on course. Fly direct now.
47.
Are you guys fucking stupid? You guys are sometimes... I mean, that's bad, dude. Might have to cancel IFR. Okay.
Porter 2947. Altimeter 2975.
Altimeter 2975. Porter 2947.
Porter 2947. Climb via Tango Echo Victor Alpha Delta 2 Alpha Hotel Alpha Hotel.
Climb by Tango Echo.
All right.
Alpha Delta 2
Turn
Alpha
off
Hotel Alpha Hotel.
ETU and standby hydraulics. Reduce our climb speed to 210.
47. Contact Toronto Center. 124.025.
Contact Toronto at 7. 1. 4, 5. 7.
Attention.
Altitude 10,800.
We are crossing the pond. Change our distance. I wonder why check engine light. I mean, not check engine light, but the other light came on. Oh, I never put bleed back on. Shit. Let's slow our climb speed until we get caught back up here. Let's increase our speed, which will lower our climb speed. Oh, the cabin pressure light goes off. Yeah, I completely forgot to put that back on. Ticket on the thumbnail. I looked up a ticket online for Porter. Just did my best to mirror it. Alright. Those are intakes. Yeah, we're getting closer. Good thing I'm wearing an oxygen mask, because sure don't want the pilot getting knocked out. That's for sure. I did a lot of practicing last week with landing this airplane. And very interesting how to, when you're coming down for approach, it's very interesting how to control pitch. You know, one would think you would that the thrusters wouldn't play such an integral part, but they really do. All right, cabin light is now off. We'll stay climbing at this speed for a minute. We'll let this needle get down a little bit lower. Even though we really should be at like 180 right now. Well, 190 really for our climb speed. Alright, that's okay. Let's go to 200 now. Let's go standard pressure. You guys haven't seen the new video for the TDFI MD-11 that's coming out? I'll put it on here in a moment. It's like a 4-minute long video. The thing was pretty cool looking. I'm not gonna lie, man. It's a good looking airplane. I'm very leery that these airplanes are. It's just not worth the money. It doesn't seem like lately. Last few airplanes I bought, I've been kind of like big name airplanes. I've been kind of disappointed. The A2A was really good though. Not as good as the Comanche, but it's the A2A A600. It's pretty good. It's not as good. I don't think it's as good as the Comanche yet. It could be. Black Square is just continuing to raise the bar, in my opinion. Shit. All right, let's raise this to. Let's drop our speed to 190. A lot of these airport mods and things like that, I just do not. I mean, I just do not see the value in buying airports unless you're like really role playing or, you know. I just don't see the point. I mean, most of the time we're sitting in the airplane, getting stuff set up in the airplane, then we back up and we leave. That's what most people do in the airplanes. I mean, every once in a while you get out and walk around a little bit. You can do that in Microsoft, but I just don't see really the value in buying a lot of these airports. All right, come on, altitude. Let's go. All right, so we're at the correct climbing speed now. At our battery temperatures. That's all looking okay. After takeoff, yeah, we forgot to put that on. Lead air 1 and 2, but we got that now. Oh, we're set. Okay. Now, let me pull back a little bit on the number 1 engine. Did you guys hear about this massacre at like a Chuck E. Cheese, and that's like where Five Nights at Freddy's supposedly like got started from? Like I heard that. I couldn't believe it. I mean, it kind of makes sense. And if that's really the case, I had no clue about that. I don't think I ever heard of that massacre before yesterday. I think I was watching Cinnamon Toast Ken and they were talking about it. I like Cinnamon Toast Ken. He's pretty good. He's pretty funny. Him and Buff Pro. Alright, we are almost at 25,000 feet. I do want to look at something here. Or a VNAV on our way down tonight. Yeah, see, we don't have any waypoints really set up because we don't have an arrival in here. I think they had us landing on runway 27. Not doing a star. We're just doing the ILS 1. This is what I need to look at here. Approach. How many miles is that? 7. 10 miles out. We could put in a bay and do that. That'll give us some time to get down in altitude. The 1, enter, flight plan. Now let's get rid of that discontinuity here. Okay, now we can go to VNAV. Hey, we want 6,000 feet. Target VS, we're going to put in 1,500. What about 1,700? Alright, that's fine. I'm just, you know what, I usually use 1,500 and it seems to work out. So we're just going to do that. I know it's not 3%, but that's okay. Alright, very good. So we have about 44 minutes. I wonder if they're going to say 2,000 is probably what they're going to say. They'll probably say 2,000 is the right altitude. Alright, we are pretty much at our altitude. Come on, boys, let's go. Give a little more juice on the engine. Come on. And once we get to 25,000, I'm gonna take us out of climb mode, put us in cruise mode, and try to pull up that video. TDFI video is pretty dope. Yep. Excellent. Let's move our props back to minimum. Let's reduce our thrusters back. I think about there is okay. And I'm hoping that'll get us up to around 230, 240 for our cruise speed. Our engine's up just a little bit. Alright, we'll go to 65. Alright, let me get this video pulled up here. Let me get this here video pulled up. Look at here. It's supposed to be launching tomorrow, but we will see. Oh yeah, I did get my Wings of Redemption subscriber. Get the fuck out. Remember I said I was going to get that? Listen to this.
Either subscribe, donate, or get the fuck out.
Yes, sir. I think that's so funny. All right, let me do display capture. Let me make it a little smaller. You can still see some of the airplane at least.
Once again sets the standard for commercial transport excellence and technological innovation. Key design features include a new flight deck that requires only 2 crew members, a number of aerodynamic and technological improvements, and a restyled, flexible interior that can be reconfigured in a matter of hours. The Indy 11 is powered by new higher thrust computer-controlled engines, rated in excess of 60,000 pounds of thrust each. McDonnell Douglas currently offers its customers the choice of either General Electric or Pratt & Whitney engines.
I mean, it looks really good.
And other features that make the MD-11 the most advanced and automated commercial aircraft.
I don't know if they're using GSX with it or any mods for the weather. I mean, it looks extremely realistic, which, you know, is good.
Able to concentrate on flying the aircraft, while the automation ensures the most serviceable systems possible.
That's awesome. Look at that. 1991 to 2005.
Zuschauer, ich möchte Sie recht herzlich willkommen heißen auf unserer Frachtmaschine der Lufthansa Cargo, Eile McDonnell, Douglas MD-11. Ja, bitte.
That's cool.
Ready for pushback, parkbrake is released.
That did look like GSX, which is okay. We use GSX. That's good stuff.
Okay, takeoff, you have control.
A great little commercial for it. Oh, look at that. It's got weather and terrain. Traffic. That was a smooth land. Did you see that landing? I was like, what am I? And whoever's landing that plane, whoever's landing that plane is doing a really good job. Unless it's like in really slow motion. Could be that it's in slow motion. Flight controls free and clear. Not bad. We'll have to recreate that flight.
During the flight we have a lot of tailwinds, meaning that we will still be on time in Amsterdam for this very last scheduled passenger flight.
Wow.
Thank you very much for joining us on this flight. Wij danken u heel hartelijk dat u bij ons op deze vlucht aan boord heeft willen zijn. Dank u wel.
I didn't realize it flew that long. I thought this airplane ended a long time ago. Did that plane crash or something? Or? That's dope, dude. That's cool. I think that's going to be a really good airplane. I mean, like I said, I've talked to some folks and they think the airplane is fantastic. All right, we are still not really getting up to. No, I guess our speed is okay. Yeah, it's still climbing a little bit. Go ahead and plug in before we check out any other videos, because I do have a couple other videos I want to check out. There was some real life videos that I was watching recently that were really good. Let's look at our. We have 111.3. One 130. Doesn't look like we have any kind of procedure turns to get in here tonight. do have a holding pattern here if we do have a missed approach at Bosock. Which, I mean, we could always set that up. Let's see if it'll allow us to set it up. I don't think it will. Maneuver. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. It's got it in there. That's cool. An 88 and 268. It's got the right. Look at that. That is awesome. Parallel entry. At least going the direction we're going now. That is cool, man. Very cool. Cross track. Here's our winds, our ground speed. Average navigation performance, real navigation performance. I'm sorry, required and actual. Very cool. See, it would be nice if this thing, like, was tied into the same navigation, like, info. Like, it almost seems like you have to double up and plug in, you know, everything here as well, which sucks. I'll leave this here for, what do we got? Ground speed on that page. Let me get this other video pulled up here. This one was a really bumpy ride into Anchorage 747. Let me get that pulled up here. Well, I'm wondering if there's passengers on there, man. If I was a passenger, I'd be white knuckling. I'd be holding on for dear life. I'd be. Saw pilots do something in one of these videos that I've never seen them do before. They were doing a go-around, and maybe it's common. They were doing a go-around, and the co-pilot moved the throttles all the way forward, and then the pilot went behind the co-pilot and made sure his hand was all the way up. Like, I've never seen them both, like, maybe that's common in, like, those kind of procedures, just to make sure that. I've certainly never seen that before. Yeah, look at that thing bouncing around, man. Yeah, I don't think they took the autopilot off until they were like 700 feet above the ground, I think. if I remember this video correctly. Same thing with this other one that I was watching, this Boeing 737 go around. To me, it seems like they're really high right now, but... Oh, that's right. Never mind. They're not landing on that runway on the right. That's right. They're either on center or left. I don't know which airport this is, but they're landing on the one in the middle. Oh, it did say, you know what? They did say Anchorage. I'm such a moron. I really don't think sometimes before I talk. I really should. Save myself down like I'm kind of bumbling idiot. The air on whatever left. I figured, based on when the 500 call came out, that they were around 700 over when they released the autopilot, maybe 800.
300. Approaching minimums.
Seems like you want to cross the threshold around 50 feet.
200. 100.
In these kind of airplanes.
40. 30. 20. 10.
What a landing. Jesus. And then we got this video too. This go around in the snow. I don't know what airport this is. Hazardous conditions. Yeah, it doesn't say. It just says snow. But like, I mean, like, you don't see anything. And they left the autopilot on until they saw the runway lights. You know, like, yeah, they left that thing on until they were like a couple hundred feet over the ground, it seemed like. Let me check our speed. We got about 140 miles until top of descent, roughly. Look at, man, it's just snow. All right, so here we go. We got them coming in. Okay, so let's see here. I don't think this is the landing. I think this one's to go around. All right, flaps are at 30, I guess it looks like. Taxi lights on. Look at that. Look at all that fucking snow. That is crazy. You see they're in land 3, but this airplane does roll out and flare on its own. And you can actually see it on the displays, actually. There's white lettering that says land, like, roll out, flare. Pretty sure that's what it would be saying right now. See? Now here's the go-around attempt. I think this is the go-around attempt.
Minimum.
could have sworn. Alright, maybe this was not the go around part here. Okay, so they just put the gear up, so they just did the go around. Here they go. Here's where they're getting ready to do the go around, I think. This is the video, I think, where the pilots have their hands on the throttle. Yeah, there you go. See? Like they're holding hands. Like I've never seen them do that kind of thing before. Gear up. Gear up. Yeah, that's crazy, man. Alright, let's check out what we got going on here. Trying to get our engines around the same torque and all that. 17 miles, 17 minutes until top of descent. Connectivity. Still have landing lights on, do I? Oh, I thought I turned those off a while ago. My bad. And we might as well look at some news and shit while we're just going around. So see, here's the thing, here's what I'm talking about, like these airports, right? Like I'm sure Crosswind Studios did a fantastic job, right? But like, is it really necessary, like these kind of mods? You know what I mean? Like, is it really necessary, like to recreate air? I mean, I know it's a money grab, but like, and I'm sure they put in a lot of good work. I'm sure they did. I'm sure, you know, but still, like, okay, so it's Long Beach. Yeah, that's a popular airport if you live in that area of the world, and there are a lot of flights that, you know, go in and out of Daughtry Field. But like, it's just an airport. Like, I want sounds to be better. I want engine sounds to be better. I want hydraulic sounds to be better. You know what I mean? Like, I want useful features, not just more airports. Here we go. Dominic Design Team releases Tan Son International Airport. And again, I'm sure they did a good job. You know? Yeah, looks good. But like, is it worth the money? And that's the thing. Like, you know, how much is this gonna cost? Let's see here. Yeah, $26 for an airport. I mean, like, I'm sure it's a really good job. I'd rather take that $26 and put it towards something like Moza FlightSim Innovation. Do you know what I mean? A set of throttles or another airplane. I'm very excited for this TDFI. I really think I'm going to buy that airplane. Now, Bluebird, I wonder, you know, like, I'd like for them to put this airplane out sometime before the world ends. We've only been talking about this plane for like 2 years now. And they take to Facebook instead of like Discord. That I don't know. I don't like that. I don't like when you go to Facebook instead of X or Discord. That lets me know where you sit on things. See, they don't even have Discord open yet. Sometime this year it's supposed to be coming out. Like the worst thing that could happen is that this thing is just a complete and utter failure and flop. You know, like we wait all this time for this airplane to come out, and it's just gonna be done. It's gonna be a dumbass airplane. Shuttleworth releases Birmingham. See another. See, these people are coming up for cash grabs for airports instead of making useful content, useful aircraft. I don't know. I've just never seen why people spend so much money on airports. I just don't get it. Maybe it's me. Maybe it's just that I just don't see the value in airports. Maybe people do. I'm not one of them, man. I just see what's coming up for aircraft. And that's old. What a flop this was. It's PMDG release. I see this flight factor update is banging. I wish I would have bought this instead of the PMDG one. This plane is not bad. This 390. I think it was like 20 bucks. That's not bad. This is an awesome airplane. This level up airplane. If you guys don't have that, that is an amazing airplane, and it's free. No, they just had a new update for the 757. I think that either I'm definitely buying the MDFI, but I think for X-Plane, this is going to be the next airplane I get for X-Plane. Probably going to be getting it like in the next week. I really don't want to buy some of these airplanes until I get track IFR or track FR, whatever it's called. Honeycomb Aeronautical. Rome Fiumicino. Again, I'm sure it's a good looking airport. Like the couple of airports that I bought were really good looking. But like after I walked through them a couple of times, that was it. I was like, okay, that's good. Let me get in the airplane and set that shit up. Like, I don't know. I just don't see the reason for all these different airports. It'd be one thing if the lights didn't work at airports, you know, or if gates didn't work, like those kind of things, and then you had to buy an airport for those kind of features to work, but all those features work already. Now we got about 10 minutes until top of our descent. Now that's it. Let me see if I can put it. Can I put in? Yeah, it won't let me put in a glide slope angle. Let me just put in 2,000 feet here. All right, we'll do. So it's about 12 minutes. Then for descent, it's just altimeters, ice protection if required. Approach, we have hydraulic pumps 1 and 2 on, passenger signs, then landing, minimum, and set condition levers for max. Yeah, do we have any noise abatement that we have to worry about when landing at Boston? I don't think we do. Let me see this here. Because if we have noise abatement that we have to worry about, then we're going to have to push a couple of buttons on approach. Okay, yeah, and see noise sensitive areas. So I think we're gonna have to do the NP landing option, the noise pollution landing option. Oh shit. Stand up and shout. 29, 66. Stand up. Alright, parking gates, low visibility, de-icing, dual hit hold, taxi restrictions. That doesn't say anything. Let's see if it says anything on here about noise abatement or anything. I don't think it will. It already said it. So we have 443 for our decision height. Let's get those in there now. 460 and 443. $460. $443. We have 272. Let's set that real quick before we start descending. Let's go into heading mode. Change our nav source. Put in 272. Very good. $272. Go back into nav mode. And it's too soon to put us in VNav mode. If you try clicking on it now, we're going to get an error message. Okay, FD mode inhibited because we're not close enough. We have to be in range of the VNav indicator showing up, you know, our descent indicator. Boy, this thing uses a lot of the GPU. And at 98, 99% the whole flight. Which I'm okay with. Temperature is only like 68, 69 degrees. Never checked. I wonder if the banner works. Because I'm not using say intentions tonight. Let's see here. Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay. One day I want to try the route builder in here. Maybe we'll try it with a smaller aircraft or something like that. I liked making the idea of making that ticket for the thumbnail. It was a little bit of a pain in the ass to make. A little bit. I don't know if I'm going to do it again. I think it's really busy. I think it's a good idea. I think it's cool looking, but I think it's really busy looking for a thumbnail. Just in my opinion. Not that anybody asked for my opinion on it, but I'm gonna give it to you anyways. Hear about this dude? I'm gonna pull up the news story, and like we'll probably talk about it tomorrow. I'm probably gonna do a longer flight tomorrow, and I might do like a longer type flight tomorrow, and we'll just talk about some shit going on around the world. There was a dude that got arrested. I think it was in Philadelphia. You would think it would be in Florida because everything weird happens in Florida, but like he got caught like digging up. He had like 100 different skeletal remains in his home, which is crazy. Who does that shit? He's been going to like the local mausoleums and like digging up bones and stuff. Like, who does that stuff, man? For real. Like, all right, now our landing altitude, let's see what that's going to be. Approach elevation is pretty minimal. It's 19 feet. $966. Okay, landing altitude we have set there. VNav is coming up any minute. Let's set it's for 6,000 feet. As soon as VNav pops up, we're going to click on altitude select and VNav. There's our top of descent marker. It's now coming to play. Yeah, what we're going to do for that landing for the noise abatement, what you do is when you're coming in on approach and final, you push this button right here, reduced NP landing. You push that button and then you move your prop levers all the way forward. And what it'll do is it'll keep your levers at this 850 power setting, even though they're all the way moved forward. All right, there's VNav. And altitude select. Our message is popping up. Top of descent alert. And once we get the top of descent, this airplane will start descending on its own. Just got to pull the power levers back a little bit. You know, and that landing at that other airport, I have a few landings I recorded, really smooth, like soft landings at that airport in the Azores. Sorry, this chair hurts my ass really bad. Sorry. But yeah, I could have landed, I think, flaps 15 at that airport instead of flaps 35. You know, and me being arrogant like I usually am about landing these airplanes, like I think I can just jump in any airplane and just butter it. But Yeah, it's not so much buttering those airplanes because you come in really flat. But when you're at flaps 35, like I was flying it a little incorrect. I was flying it incorrectly, essentially. You know, I was relying too much on, because I read somewhere a long time ago that you shouldn't really move your prop levers. I mean, your throttle on landing in these airplanes. You're supposed to leave it at like one power setting, and then that just was not working. I was doing some research, and yeah, I was actually wrong about that, or at least within that particular situation, I was wrong. All right, we are about ready to start our descent. There we go. Pull our throttle back. Maybe I'll move it to total darkness on arrival, but right now I'd like to have some light so we can see something. Hey, what's up, man? Oh, thanks, Tim. I appreciate you. It's certainly turning out to be a nice one now. It didn't start that way. When we backed up into the lake, into the water, we were backing up, and I was like, man, it's really hard to turn these engines on. And then all of a sudden, our power just went completely out as we were floating in the river behind us, behind Toronto. I was like, no. That was after it crashed one time, the simulator. But thank you, appreciate it. All right, let's see where we're at. All right, we're getting close to Boston. Oh yeah, there's Boston out here. There's the water. It's interesting that they haven't contacted us in a long time. Air traffic control. Let me see who's around here. I don't know why we would be calling Toronto Center right now, but there we go.
Contact Boston Center 118.425 over 2947. Boston Center order 2947 Tango Echo Alpha Delta 2 Alpha Hotel Pop Alpha Hotel altitude plane level 192
2966.
2947.
Porter 2947. You're off course. Turn left direct button.
We're not off course.
Order 2947.
We've already passed that waypoint.
47. Request vectors.
Porter 2947. Discontinue departure. Tango Echo Victor Alpha.
Yeah,
Delta
why? I mean,
2
why?
Alpha Hotel Papa Alpha Hotel. Turn right heading 140.
Discontinue departure. Tango Echo Victor Alpha Delta 2 Alpha Hotel Pop Alpha Hotel. Turn right at 140. Porter 2947.
Porter 2947. Descend and maintain 1000. Altimeter 2951.
Descend and maintain 1000. Altimeter 2951. Porter 2947.
Porter 2947. Radar contact. Porter 2947. Expect Lima Oscar November Echo Romeo India 274 ILS approach runway 27.
Lima Oscar November Echo Romeo India 274 ILS approach runway 27. Porter 2947.
Yeah, that's what we got set up.
Porter 2947. Turn left heading 104.
Turn left at 104. Porter 2947.
That's why I didn't turn right a moment ago. All right, let's open our intakes up.
Porter 2947. Descent. Pilot's discretion 3000.
Descend. Pilot's discretion. Maintain 3000. Porter 2947.
All right, well, let's soften our descent a little bit. There's Boston Logan right there. That's our runway right there, I think. Yeah, that's what we're trying to do. And then once we get on approach, we'll turn on our auxiliary fuel pumps, our PTU controls, standby hydraulics. That way we can operate the flaps properly. Set for flaps 15 on landing. We may have to cancel this route guidance from the ATC if they get too annoying. Yeah, I like trying to use the one from the game, but it's just they're really annoying.
Porter 2947. Report established localizer runway 27.
Report established localizer runway 27. Porter 2947.
Now we're gonna have to go out to our spot here and turn around. We're actually gonna stop at 6,000. Because that's what it calls for on the chart. And then we'll get lined up and activate approach mode. let's get ready to make this U-turn.
Porter 2947. Approach clearance cancelled.
Approach clearance canceled. Porter 2947.
What?
Porter 2947. Contact Boston approach 118.25.
Contact Boston approach 118.25. Porter 2947.
Oh, that is very strange. I wonder why it won't let me plug in the frequency. Well, there we go. We just did it there, so. Set up both sides to be the same. All right, let's spin around.
Porter 2947. Are you with me?
Sorry, buddy.
Boston approach. Porter 2947. On Lima Oscar November Echo Romeo India 27. Altitude 6,000.
Porter 2947. Boston approach. Altimeter 2965.
Altimeter 2965. Porter 2947.
Porter 2947. Descend and maintain 3000.
Descend and maintain 3000. Porter 2947.
Porter 2947. Contact Boston Center 118.425.
Contact Boston Center 118.425. Porter 2947. Boston Center, Porter 2947, altitude 5,700, descending 3,000, on at 145.
Porter 2947. Boston Center. Altimeter 2952. Radar contact.
Altimeter 2952, Porter 2947.
Porter 2947. Descend via Alpha. Bravo Echo Echo India 27. Extend maintain 3000 until Kilo Lima Alpha November Echo. For ILS approach 27.
Descend by Alpha Yankee Bravo Echo Echo India 27. Except
All right, very good. Let's activate nav. Oh, we're still in let's switch over our nav source. And now let's activate nav.
Contact Boston approach 118.25.
Contact Boston approach 118.25. Porter 2947.
And 272 and 310 should be okay. That's still below 45 degrees.
Boston approach. Porter 2947. On Alpha Yankee Bravo Echo Echo India 27. Altitude 3,900.
Porter 2947. Boston approach. Altimeter 296.
All right, localizers captured.
Altimeter 2966. Porter 2947.
Porter 2947. Report established localizer runway 27.
Report established localizer runway 27. Porter 2947. Boston approach. Porter 2947.
All right, auxiliary tanks on.
Porter 2947. Cleared for ILS approach runway 27. Contact Boston Tower 128.8.
Cleared for ILS approach runway 27. Contact Boston Tower 128.8. Porter 2947. Boston Tower, Porter 2947. On Alpha Yankee Bravo Echo Echo India 4, runway 27.
Porter 2947, Boston Tower. Continue approach. Information Romeo current.
Continue approach. Information Romeo. Porter 2947.
All right, glide slope is starting to come into play. Let's set up our speeds for landing. Go. Sorry about that. All right. Stand by and PTU hydraulics on. Glide slope is captured. Flaps 1. Landing gear down. Three green lights. Say the 2966. Alright, flaps 15 are set.
2947, runway 27 cleared to land. Wind 270 degrees, head knots, gust 15.
Runway 27 cleared to land. Porter 2947.
Auto feather on, reduce top landing. High controls. Whoa, trim. Whoa, trim. Trim gets me every time. As soon as I touch it, you hear it. I say it every episode. landing.
Porter 29 or 47. Turn right when able.
Turn right when able. Porter 2947.
All right, flaps up. I don't really care about the ATC anymore. I want to watch that. Okay, let's turn off the ATC. Well, we can just watch the replay quick. We were a little late on the landing, but oh no, that was pretty good. I must not have put that. There we go. The taxi light just came on. Right there, that's when I moved the trim a little bit, as it was trimmed a little too high, so I just moved it down just a little bit. But the first time you touch this on Turtle Beach, it like throws the whole thing like almost completely forward, which is why we almost like nose dove down like that. We were a little low on landing, but we were able to correct it. We were a little low here. That's why we had to give it more juice. So I kind of ruined the noise pollution landing, so I can keep us out of the drink. But I think we're okay because we were past those homes. Yeah, a little late, but not bad. Almost center line. All right, let's see. Do they have a view from... I always like the tower view. Oh, sweet. All right, let's just watch it from like here. Look how easy this is, Microsoft. Look how easy, Microsoft. Look how easy this is. Don't you want to be like X-Plane when you grow up, Microsoft? Here's noise abatement, I believe, right here, because we're flying over these homes. But I didn't kick up the engines until we got past those homes and those businesses. I think it was right around now I kicked it up. And then once I crossed the threshold, I started pulling them back. Which is, it's almost a little too much flare for that airplane. Not bad, I'll take it. All right, let's finish up our flight here.
Boston Tower, order 2947. Request RBR runway 27.
Porter 29 or 47. Runway 27 RBR more than 6,000 feet.
Boston Tower, order 2947. Request taxi to Echo 6.
Porter 29 or 47. Taxi Echo 6 via Echo, Mike, Charlie, Bravo, Foxtrot, and Alpha. Hold short of runway 22 left.
Taxi Echo 6 via Echo, Mike, Charlie, Bravo, Foxtrot, and Alpha. Hold short of runway 22 left. Order 2947.
Come on. Why are we not moving, guys? I made the control locks. Oh, that's what it was. I forgot completely about that. That's right. Whenever you put the brakes on, the toe brakes, it leaves the brakes on until you activate the toe brakes again. Come on. Come on. Stay on the fucking path. All right. Come on. Come on, bitch.
Porter 2947. Hold position immediately.
Hold position immediately. Porter 2947.
Porter 2947. Cross runway 2 to left. Hold short up runway 2 to right.
Cross runway 2 to left. Hold short runway 2 to right. Porter 2947.
No sense of looking. We get wiped out. We get wiped out. All right, we're holding short. All right, we'll just keep on going. Doesn't look like we have any more ATC. Using the toe brakes makes this thing turn so much easier. It's really boaty, the steering on this. I wonder if that's how it is in real life. I doubt it, but it could be. You never know. I wouldn't know. I've never flown one of these in real life. I haven't flown any plane in real life. That's my goal, is to lose enough weight and then get my pilot's license. God, I hope we taxi to the gate soon. I hope we get there soon. I gotta take a piss, man. Why are we going so fast? Why am I just rambling? It's really fucking annoying. Sorry. Sorry for rambling. Sorry for rambling. It's really annoying. I think we're almost at gate E6. I don't usually taxi and do all this, but we're going to do it tonight. That's why it makes such sudden turns in this airplane. The toe brakes really do turn it. I thought I was kidding about that a moment ago. All right, that's done. Control locks are on. Put our dome light on. See. Oh, wrong button. That was for the engines. Shit. I just shut the engines down. I wanted to go up here to this dome light and put the dome light on. All right, who cares? We're good. Let's get out of here. I gotta take a leak so bad. All right, so that is it. I'll be back. Oh no! Stop! 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 You motherfucker! You motherfucker! You! All right, I'll be back tomorrow, hopefully with the TDFI MD11, because that update's coming out tomorrow. I hope that thing comes out at like midnight tonight, so I can get that joint like right away. That's what I want to do. I want to get it right away. Anyways, I'll be back tomorrow for sure. Hopefully in the morning. I know I say that all the time and then it doesn't happen, but hopefully tomorrow I will. I'm really planning on getting up and doing a flight in the morning. Anyways, hit like, subscribe, follow, do all that happy shit, and I will see you on the next episode of the No Bullshit Flight Sim. No bullshit. Not here. I don't get paid by any of them motherfuckers, so if something is bad, you gonna hear from me. Absolutely, like you always do. Anyways, that's it, my friends. I'll see you next time. See ya!